Hello everybody, this is Surfport, and we're back again. Hit the subscribe button, do it right now. I'm tired of only having 2 subscribers. Let's get it. Last episode was an 866, so now we're going 1066. I take that back, last time was 1066, now we're going 867. And so what we're going to do is, we're going to play, and then, there's some new loading animations, there's been some updates and I like it a lot. Alright, we are in playing 867. Everything they've added as far as the UI updates, I really liked those transitions in the main menu. Pretty good, man. It's crazy. And there's already stuff going on. Can you believe it? West Francia coming into Catalonia here and also annexing Lotharingia. So good job on them. Ireland has begun to consolidate, and the Vikings are making gains in the British Isles here. 879, Frisia has broken free from West Francia here, and so has this little bit of Italy. Francia also has this little bit in, what is this? Suffolk? And so they're expanding, and so is Asturias and Navarre. We'll see if that trend continues. The Byzantines, on the other side of the Mediterranean here, have taken key points in Sicily and down here in like Magna Graecia. It's the only other way I know how to say it. Sicily, the Kingdom of Two Sicilies, Naples area. You know what I'm talking about. Aquitaine has taken the controlling share of West Francia. Let's see what it looks like in here. Kind of wacky. You know what it's about. We'll see who comes out on top. It looks like there's further divisions within Aquitaine, so we'll see if West Francia or Aquitaine is able to completely consolidate, or they just break up into micronations like the Baltic is over here. 896, the Byzantines have completed their conquest of Sicily and have now expanded into North Africa and these small enclaves around the Black Sea here. Meanwhile, in Iberia, the Umayyads have splintered and fractured into the regular Umayyads, the parent here, and then the Sultanate of Valencia, the Sultanate of Badajoz, and the Sultanate of Galicia. There's also the Valencia little enclave of right there, and another one of Badajoz right there. We'll see if the Christian nations that remain in Iberia are able to capitalize on this. Right now, it seems Asturias is able to, and there's some infighting going on between Galicia and Badajoz. And there we see the sort of culmination of that. And well, I'll keep you updated. This nation here that I don't think I've seen before and do not know how to pronounce. There's this little accent there, and I don't speak Scandinavian or any subset thereof. You know, I recognize Scandinavian is not a language, but you know, it is what it is. I don't know how to say it. Sorry. 909, Bulgaria seems to have completely collapsed, losing principally Wallachia and Hungary, along with some other nations. You can see sort of their extent, their previous extent here, just for reference. But they seem to be sort of disintegrating here. 915, as far as religion is concerned, the Catholics still hold a commanding share, while Cathar has taken a secondary presence here in France here. Now we also have a little enclaves here, and we have Adamite, and I can't show Adamite because they're nudists. Can't do that. And now the Insulars have sort of moved into Wales and Scotland here. The Nords, the Scandinavian Asatru pantheon is now in Ireland, basically everywhere, in every region of the British Isles, except really Wales. So we'll see if there's. I haven't seen this one. I think this is green, so it's Islam, right? Yeah. So it looks like the Islamic powers are expanding religiously into the European theater now in 918. All right, looking into it a little bit here, 920, which isn't really relevant for what I'm about to talk about, but Mandeism, I just haven't seen this one before. It looks like a dualist, Abrahamic dualist, so a lot like, I think they're just heretical. Christians as it seems. Adamites are gone though. I just realized that those Adamites there are have been excised from Europe to go into the ether. 930, Sweden has formed up here. Now they're vying over this little bit right here, this Sjælland right here between Denmark and Sweden. We'll see if Sweden sort of expands out because Sweden sometimes has a tendency to just span from their home country here to the British Isles and sometimes even down to Spain and North Africa. But speaking of Spain slash Iberia here, the Umayyads have gone into, they've gotten Bordeaux and they've got Toulouse and they've got all that right here. I've brought it up before. I have no idea why it seems like the Islamic powers do better in these AI onlys, but I think I've got a bit of an answer. I think it's got something to do with the clan system. I think the clan system is just better at keeping empires together as opposed to the feudal, where all of the little petty guys, the petty lords, are vying and stuff. I don't have a ton of experience with playing clan nations, but I oughta see what's up. 939, the Isles have formed. I like this a lot. It sprouted out of that nation that I couldn't pronounce the first time, and they have formed the Isles. What are they considered? Are they considered anything? I wouldn't assume. Okay, they're right here. So good for them. Good for them. 959, surprising turnaround in religious matters in the East. The Apostolics, which I believe at the start only get like this area here that I'm circling, they've grown quite a fair bit. Proud of them. I like seeing the lesser known lesser known religions get some spotlight. 962, just after what I finished saying about right this, Ireland has formed. Good for them. Ireland, good guy Ireland. Also England has formed without Wessex. I don't know who formed it. If you recognize this symbol, then you would know. Maybe you'll have a better idea than myself. We'll see how Ireland does. I shall watch with the utmost interest. 983. The Byzantines now have made massive gains in Sardinia, even though Corsica is called Sardinia. That's hilarious. As well as in Napoli area kingdom. They've got the Kingdom of Two Sicilies, except for this little part here, and they've got the majority of east um, East African coast right here. They've only got like this little bit, and they've got to take the Levant. But massive gains here for the Byzantines. Meanwhile, up here it's give and take with Lower France. The Muslim powers, the Islamic powers, had gotten farther, and now they're just being pushed back, and they're still being pushed back. This part of Aquitaine is occupied, while this part of the Umayyads are occupied. It's a lot of this constant war in 986. 995, the Carpathia has formed. Carpathia is the empire tier, and they formed Carpathia. Good for them. I don't know where that came from. I think it was Hungary. Hungary formed Carpathia. Great job. 998, just after the last little entry, Khazaria has completely collapsed. Khazaria, unfortunately for them. Apostolic still going strong. Good for them if you're rooting for them. They're. I just wanted to let you know they're doing okay. But other than that, Ireland and Sweden, the two hegemons of the far north. Look at Ireland. I couldn't be more proud. This is crazy. I've never seen Ireland do this good. Hopefully they can keep going. Hopefully they don't disintegrate right after I've said that. But yeah, so the Islamic powers, namely the Umayyads and the Salamids, are continuing to expand. Aquitaine could not put up enough resistance to stem the invasion, I guess you could say. It's clearly offensive on the Islamic side right here. We'll see if Italy can do anything about it. The Byzantines, though. The Byzantines are just sucking the life out of southeastern Europe, though. They're making big gains. The Abbasids haven't been able to break them yet. They haven't. Either side hasn't been able to deal a substantive blow. If the Byzantines are able to make ground in North Egypt or the Levant here, we may have a clear answer on that. But as it stands in the east, the Byzantines and the Abbasids are at a stalemate, and in the west, the Umayyads and the Salamids are having a pretty good time. 1017, Ireland has unfortunately collapsed what it had. It, at its greatest extent, Ireland had basically Lancaster and upward, having completely taken Scotland and the upper England right here. They still keep the vast majority of Ireland. We still got Man right here, but unfortunately for Ireland, they couldn't finish the job. Sucks for them. 1032, Ireland back on the up and up. Great job. There's Galway right here, which I think Galway is actually right here, but don't quote me on it. 1035, another Umayyad sort of collapse here. Every time before they've been able to recover, but we'll see if they do the same again. And it also looks like northern France is starting to consolidate as well. Denmark has gained ground where the Salamids have had it before. We seem at least to be seeing a little bit of a shift toward European powers taking this back. Not France, mind you, but countries such as Denmark and Brittany, Upper Burgundy, the Byzantines, even Italy. We'll see if they can keep that up, or if it stalls, or if the Islamic powers are able to regain lost territory and continue the advance. Everything's up in the air. We still got another like 400-ish years left in the campaign, and there will be updates as we go along. 1048, the Byzantines seeing some trouble with, well, I was gonna say Ancona, but still sort of Ancona. It's broken up, and so the Byzantines have to reconquer all of that. In terms of other Byzantine gains, they've made it up here into North Italy, and they've also got outposts all the way as far afield as Catalonia over here. Well, I messed up, but we're gonna go with it. I went AFK for a while and thought I paused it, and I guess not. And this is what the world looks like. It's 1616. We're gonna end it right here. Byzantines clearly won. The religion, the faiths look like this. We got Waldensian here. We got Insular Orthodox England, who I don't recognize this family right here, but you know, the boys. In terms of faith, yeah, um, Orthodox basically wins. In terms of cultures, Greek. This houses, yeah. And so yeah, if you enjoy what I'm doing, subscribe, do it.